And I want to particularly thank Lieutenant Governor Hosemann and Speaker Gunn for their leadership in their respective chambers, and particularly with their work over the last several days. Obviously, we as a state are dealing in very difficult times. We had 262 new coronavirus cases reported this morning by the Mississippi Department of Health. Sadly, we had 22 new deaths. 9 of those deaths, for the record, were actually from previous vital records reports, and I think it is clear, though, that the number of deaths continue to rise in our state. We must continue to be vigilant. We must understand that we are not over this disease, nor are we over the challenges that we face. I want to implore everyone that is watching today, please remain vigilant. Please continue to social distance. Please stay home whenever you can. I believe that is critically important. We must continue to work together. We do have Dr. Dobbs and Director Michelle here that will speak to us in just a bit. Everyone here also knows that we have been working through the bill that was passed by the Mississippi legislature last Friday. There has been a lot of things done and said over the last 4 or 5 days, but here's what I want you to know. It is critically important that we as a state come together in these challenging times. It is critically important that we work for the greater good. So yesterday morning, I called Speaker Gunn and Lieutenant Governor Hosemann and invited them to my home. They graciously accepted. And the two of them and other legislative leaders and I had a conversation. We sat together over 2 hours. The one thing we all agree on is that we want to do what's best for the people of Mississippi. Now, we may not ever agree as to the original issues, and that's okay. We don't have to agree on every single issue, as long as we agree that we're going to work hard for the people of our state. Because of that conversation and others that have since come, we have made a decision to hit the pause button. There will be some structural moves and some procedural moves later today that gives us more time to discuss this. I am grateful to the Speaker Gunn and to Lieutenant Governor Hosemann and to every member of the Mississippi legislature for their willingness to create a path forward so that we can get these monies to our people. As I've said before, I don't really care who controls the money. The only thing I care about is speed. We know who needs this money. I believe that the three of us and the leaders in the House and the Senate can work together to craft a solution to get the money to the people who need it. Thank you for joining us today. And at this time, I'm going to turn the floor over to Lieutenant Governor Hosemann. Lieutenant Governor?
Thank you, Governor. I appreciate so much having the opportunity to visit today, and I want to thank the Governor for asking us down yesterday to visit. Members of the Senate and House met with the Governor, as he mentioned, over 2 hours. At his request, we are going to hold the bill that we currently have pending before the Mississippi legislature. I'm going to ask my senators to hold that bill for a few days here, as the Governor said. And the purpose of that is for us to reach an agreement on going forward on a plan. While we may be holding that bill, we're not holding our work. Right now, there's a committee meeting going on workforce development. We've been inundated with calls about people not being able to get their money. We're also going to hold hearings today and tomorrow working on legislation to transfer $100 million to small struggling businesses in Mississippi. As the Governor's indicated, the reason we're all here, particularly the members of the Senate, legislature, Governor, we're all here to work on solutions for Mississippians. And while we may not agree on one thing or another, the Mississippi Senate and the Mississippi House are going to appropriate the funds necessary to allocate these dollars to Mississippians as quick as humanly possible. That is my goal, and I think it's a goal for all the senators that we represent. So I'm going to ask them to do that today, this afternoon, after this meeting goes on now. I really appreciate the opportunity for us to work together. I am looking forward to their plan. In the interim, you will see the Senate, I'll let Philip speak for the House, you will see us going forward with how we can distribute these funds as quickly as possible, the portion of the funds that we've been discussing in the past. So Mississippians need to know that we came together yesterday and that we'll have a path forward and that we're going to work forward as a group, work forward on making sure those dollars are delivered quickly. So I appreciate that. I guess, Governor, you want to turn it to the Speaker?
Thank you, Mr. Lieutenant Governor. Mr. Speaker, thank you for being here with us today. Thank you for working with us to find a solution and a path forward, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Governor. I, too, want to thank the Governor for working with us to reach a solution in this matter. As you know, we have had some disagreements over appropriating authority. I'm very grateful to the Governor for his willingness to work with us in that arena. The conclusion that we have reached is that the legislature will appropriate the dollars in conjunction with the Governor administrating those dollars. The main concern for us right now is to set up relief for our small businesses. In our conversation yesterday, I think all three of us agreed that was #1 priority. And so we are beginning immediately today, that's the reason the legislature is back, to craft in consultation with the Governor and his office and the ideas that they have put forward to craft a plan for small businesses. It's our hope that by early next week, we will be able to unveil that plan. We will be able to appropriate dollars into that plan, and our small businesses will immediately begin to receive some relief. I want everybody to know that we agree that for us to work together is a priority, and I think this shows that we can do that. I want to thank the Governor for his leadership in setting that up, and I'm pleased today to announce that we're here ready to move forward and help Mississippians, and that's the main thing. So thank you so much for letting us be a part of this press conference, Governor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Lieutenant Governor. Thank you both for your leadership of our state. Appreciate you. I believe they've both said that they need to get back over to the Capitol to get their work started and continued. And so again, thank you very much for being here.